Just a little
It
thing.
comes very petty, right? I mean, yo, Keem, let me ask you this question, right? Why do some men view their own cheating as acceptable, but in relationships with
asking
you a man? I can't ask them. They ain't men.
Yeah, you said, why some men view they cheating as acceptable?
But want to end a relationship when their partner cheats.
Wow, me personally, if a woman cheat on me, she gone. It's good, like, cause I think of it.
Your heart don't feel good.
If my wife cheat on me, I know the faces she make, the noises she make, and that's all I'm thinking about. Like, so you with this other nigga making these noises in your faces? Nah, like I can't. I won't be able to take it back. Like I always say that women stronger than men in this aspect because I don't know how y'all do that shit. But I think
They want
I think-
1,022 chances.
I think the reason that is more acceptable in society is because women are like known as more emotional cheaters. Like if they cheat with somebody, it's because they genuinely probably like that person or they see something in that person that they like. A man could just be like, damn, that shit fat. Like, you know what I mean? All right, I'll be good for the night and I'll be back on my girl tomorrow and not even think about her. You know what I mean? So I think that's why it's more accepted.
There's some women that's savage out here.
Yeah, for sure.
No, for sure, yeah.
That's just as savage as you. So if that's the case, let's say it's a woman that she don't give a, she just got her back blown out, boom, and she's back to you. Is it still that much of an issue for you if she didn't emotionally cheat?
I don't give a fuck. Like, I already said, like, yo, if I find out you gone,
So you're good with like the double standards. You're good with living your life like in that type of way.
I always say if the person cheat,
you're out.
Yeah, you're out. Whether it's a man or woman. I tell you, if my sister was to come and tell me that her boyfriend cheated, I'm like, I'd get rid of that nigga. Like, you know what I mean? That's across the board.
Right.
Do you expect your girl to forgive you if you did cheat?
I'm not expecting it. She do, cool. She don't, then all right.
Do you view her different?
For taking me back?
Yeah. That's like, do you feel like, ooh, I'm about to do it again?
It might
get away with it once. I can probably get away with it again.
It might depend on how she take me back. Though.
You see, and that's crazy.
And she was just like, okay, don't do it again.
You might want to.
That's
She cheated on the side. She cheated if that's
she going.
You gotta make me work a little bit more than that. Like I gotta bring flowers. I gotta do something.
Like if I'm not singing R&B music,
I gotta be outside with the boombox or something.
Yes.
Like I can't just just don't do it again.
Right.
Because then I'm like,
Would you think she's cheating if that's the response?
I wouldn't have.
Oh, you better speak for when I open.
I wouldn't have. Like,
yeah, I think a lot of it just comes down to men just have more standards when it comes to that shit. Like women, y'all need to stop taking these niggas back.
That
like, what
hurt.
the fuck wrong?
No,
Like,
that
what are y'all
hurt.
taking this nigga back for the 18th time? Like, nigga, like what? Like, if y'all, I think if some women just have more standards and just don't tolerate this shit, niggas probably would do it less often.
But
like,
hear me out, right?
I think
in every other aspect of life, you get a break, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to work, you get a lunch break. You know what I mean, you go to the gym, you get cheat days. You know what I'm saying? Why are you expected to be in a relationship 24/7 for how many years
That's
and you
what
don't
you
get no
agreed
break?
to.
Because that's what you chose to be in.
Like
if you didn't want to be in a relationship, don't be in one. Be single and sleep
maybe
with
I
whoever
wanted to
you
be in a
want.
relationship when I asked you, but then you've been getting on my nerves. I need a break. Like,
Everybody need a break. You gotta do the work. Oh well.
I ain't gonna hold you. The fuck boy is coming out.
right.
You're like, come on.
Right.
Yo, like I said, they be trying to withhold the pussy for stupid reasons. So like, nigga might not want to put up with that shit.
But even when the girls aren't, like, men still out here cheating, and I did hear you with the standards, you know. I think that also comes to a community, but I do see a series, even on social media, like, of, like, men low-key trying to, like, indoctrinate women to, like, accept it. And that's also, like, pushing a narrative, too. Like, you know, there's women really going around, and this is me, like, oh, my God, all men cheat. I don't think that. I don't believe that. But I feel like when you set the tone for that, you know, I believe that'll happen. You get what I'm saying? That could be your life. You get what I'm saying? But, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think, what was you gonna say?
I was about to say, I don't think all men are cheaters, but and I don't just think it's men. I think it's women too.
Yeah,
women
absolutely.
women be out here cheating too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the statistics say women be cheating
more than men. Right?
What statistics?
Right. Black women don't cheat.
Out there,
we can bring
pull it up.
We gonna pull it up.
Pull it up.
A lot of shows.
Right. Black women don't cheat.
We gonna pull it back.
What?
We good.
Matter of fact, insert it right now.
I just think that
I want to know the source. That's important. If it's Wikipedia, like no.
It ain't Wikipedia. I got you. It was a Harvard study. I think it was.
Harvard study. Or something.
Oh, it's really.
And
It's probably true.
It's crazy because when we bring up the stat, then women be like, well, women are better cheaters than men. Y'all know y'all better cheaters. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like.
Absolutely. Like,
no, it's just to be or no, women we're just
If you know,
if you know, you know.
Y'all just what?
That's it. If you know, that's
My
it.
bad.
You guys keep
We
continuing
say
to
this
cheat.
all the time. Women
It's
are
the way
better
you are.
cheaters. I just think women are better detectives than men. Like, men ain't, for the most part, men ain't doing no detective work, trying to go through your phone, trying to fucking find your passwords. Like, women actively think y'all detectives. Y'all think y'all Batman
But
and shit like
sometimes
that.
I
Like, you
just
know what I mean?
No, let me tell you something.
Sherlock
First of all,
Holmes.
as a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
I study you because I need to take care of you. So I need to know everything about you. If your eyebrow raises the wrong way, I know something's off just because of my intuition that's formed to nurture the relationship and your children.
Yeah.
So we know things automatically. Y'all think you're so slick, but by the time I call you and your background is different from work, because I can hear it based on like the same thing I just told you, I already know something's up. So the investigation happens because of the intuition that already is nudging me like something's going on.
I got you. So you say you study your man, right?
Of course.
So, and you got intuition. And the women got the women's intuition,
Of
right?
course.
So why, when men are
Gotcha.
unhappy in a relationship, y'all intuition don't tell you that this nigga is
I
unhappy? Like,
love
what
when
the
y'all
fuck?
bring
Like,
up these social media quotes.
no, we got y'all bringing up the social media.
We know.
intuition.
I know personally when my man isn't happy. Any man that's watching this that has been in a relationship with me already know the vibe.
Call your ex.
Call him right now.
Call him right now.
Oh, God. Do it.
Do it.
He
Hold on
probably
a minute.
will pull up right here if I tell him to come right now. Let's call him.
Ding, ding, ding.
What
Oh,
happened?
he's in a different
Nah,
country.
he
in a different country. Like,
yeah.
No, seriously
Is that your
though.
intuition?
No, he's somewhere else. But anyways, no, seriously, I personally, I can't speak for all women, but I take care of my man. They're like, I've never been in a relationship where I didn't do that. So I can't relate to that. And I think a lot of us are really good women in relationships. Like a lot of us, yes. I mean, on this panel, I could tell you right now.
On the panel. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I can't relate to like somebody saying, I can't tell when my man isn't happy. Of course we know. Sometimes we don't care. You know,
y'all just don't care. Okay.
No,
okay.
It's a reason, but no, you don't just
based
care
on
not
what
to
you
care. Though.
did. Like,
Yes.
you could have done something that hurt me, and now I'm feeling like,
So every time a man is
some
unhappy
type of way.
in a relationship is because of something he did to a woman? Is that what you're trying to say, baby?
Not all the time, but a lot of it has to do with it. I know that like in relationships, when a man is complaining, because y'all is simple. I can tell you right now some of the things you like. You like a good cooked meal, right? You like your dick sucked.
Women struggle with cooking nowadays. Keep going.
We don't, like I said, good women on this panel, we cook.
The three. Okay.
All right?
I cook.
You want your dick sucked, right? You want a lot of sex. You want peace and quiet. You want to get on your video game sometimes or like just chill and like not be harassed and watch your little sports. It's that simple for y'all. So like, if there's something else that you're unhappy about, it's usually because your woman is nagging. It's either she's going through your stuff and you're annoyed by that. It's either like something is happening with your woman that's making you unhappy in the relationship if you have all the other things that I just mentioned. Do you agree?
I think it sounds good because you're trying to prove a point.
I'm not. I'm telling you my life.
I don't think we do podcasting for a living. We talk to women for a living. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think that narrative that we try to paint women as being these angels and they don't never do nothing wrong and they never like. I think that's false, and I think that's.
I didn't say that though.
Well,
yeah, but you saying that the three women up here now you trying to use these three women to justify all women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of men. We got bros that's truly unhappy in their relationship because of their woman. It's not nothing they did. It's their woman just ain't want to satisfy. They don't want to cook. They don't want to do this or whatever the case is.
All the things I just mentioned.
We keep trying to excuse that them being unhappy, well, what did he do to her? Maybe he did, like, we always put the responsibility back onto the man, like, instead of holding that woman accountable. Maybe she actually is just not being receptive in a relationship or whatever the case is. We don't never think that as a possibility. It's always, what did that nigga do? Like, you know what I mean?
He needs to reevaluate his relationship. That's not all of the relationships.
Yeah.
Who want to sit and be miserable? Like, all relationships go through things. So, like I say, I may like you today, I might not like you tomorrow. But what work are y'all both putting in? So if he's the one now being the person that's complaining and nagging all the time, and she's not being receptive to whatever he is saying, then you might have to consider your options. Either you leaving or she risking him cheating.
But it goes back to like men being less complicated than women. I told you that because with women now, to make me happy, I don't even know what I need sometimes.
I could
You know what I
agree with
mean?
that.
Like I'm just cranky today. I don't know what's going on. I'm PMSing. I just yelled at the parking guy for giving me a ticket. I'm just explosive that day. I'm not really in touch all the time to like why I feel that way. So women are way more complicated. So usually the problems in the relationship stir up from something that you did.
Sometimes I feel like
You just said you don't even know what you want, but it's my fault.
I didn't say that. Sometimes there's things that offset a woman. Like I said, we're complicated. It's a very complex thing.
You said you don't even know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Right.
Okay,
so how the fuck that's my fault?
I never
because
said
I
it
feel
was
like
your
if
fault.
you're my man also, I feel like if that's the no, stop, come on, not too much. I feel like that you're gonna know. Even like she said, if she's being complicated, I believe like the man and woman, like the purpose and why we are two different genders is because your man's gonna know. I've had men that knew why I was being complicated before I knew why I was being complicated. That doesn't mean I'm like in my right for being like complicated and explosive and stuff, but it's like it is complicated.
It is.
It's not
You're having
just
a day. Like, you're just having a
So
day.
I gotta treat you like a toddler.
Excuse me?
That's what it
First
sounds
off,
like. I gotta
hey.
figure out what's wrong with you. Even though you're an adult and should be able to communicate what's wrong with you. I
feel like you gotta
And
lead,
even though
you
y'all
gotta
been
lead
online
me.
saying y'all the most
emotionally
intelligent, and now
gender.
We're
Now,
intelligent.
We are.
I don't think women are walking around saying we're the most emotionally sure, but we're intelligent.
You just have days. Everybody have their
you
days.
guys look at things always on an extreme end. I'm telling you, like some days. All right, I'll give you an example. I PMS. I didn't know that until the person I was dating started clocking it. Like, oh, your period is coming in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's why you're explosive. When you're experiencing the emotion, because we're so full of like emotions and like hormones, sometimes we really just don't know like what's triggering us. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's things as a man that you do that triggers your woman, period. For instance, if you're out late, you with your boys, you're not answering your phone, you know, stuff like that. There's other things that you could do that triggers it. But there's some days that's just difficult being a woman. We're just way more complex than you guys are.
And I can
You know what
like
I mean?
just compare it to like I feel like when men are like when they don't have money, like y'all may not realize it, but y'all like men
Angry.
are nasty.
Wait.
You know what
Not
I'm saying?
nice
Like,
at all.
Are humans in general not more like, I hate when they say
Women-
just women are not angry when they broke?
It's a different type
So
of.
y'all happy to be
we
broke,
not happy.
No,
we're not
no.
happy. But you guys are like.
Who the fuck is happy to not have money? Like, ain't nobody happy to not have money. It ain't just a man thing. Like,
But you guys handle it different. Just how we handle those PMS and like those emotions differently. You guys handle the financial aspect completely different. You guys are mean. You know, you guys are mean. And you may not notice it, but you guys are mean. So yeah, you know, and we may not notice it, but we a little mean. You know, we a little cranky. So I feel like, you know, if you're gonna thug it out with that person, you're just gonna end up thugging out with that person, or you not. You know.
So when does the emotional maturity kick in for women, you think?
I think when you date the right dude.
Oh.
Because I had
So the guy gotta teach you it.
no,
Excuse me?
I think I learned from a guy, like she said, like someone clocking me.
appreciate you
I
keeping it
learned.
real.
Like I learned and then to like I'm gonna take that to the next, you know, relationship and apply it. And I'm definitely more
So
like
on that note, who would you say is the more emotionally mature gender?
I'm sorry, y'all, but like a male is definitely more mature. Like my ex used to tell me, like, you be so zoomed in, and I used to be deep into things, but he was like so zoomed out to me, like it's almost like he didn't care. So, but it's like, yeah, men are definitely way more. My father, you know, the like, calm down, Bria, it's not that serious, you know. Okay. So yeah, but intelligent, wise, graceful. No. You know what I'm saying?
It's us. Yes,
and I do. Fellas, and these are the women that, you know what I mean, you gotta hopefully try to be in a polygamous relationship. Like, not y'all specifically, but you see how complicated them is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you want to go into polygamy.
Imagine having two.
I think, I think there is an element where a man is supposed to, be that leader and help, regulate a woman's emotions. And I think, in society, a lot of times we put too much emphasis on a man sacrificing his happiness in a relationship. For the longest, the mantra has always been happy wife, happy life. Nobody has ever thought about a man being happy. It's just like we have to always sacrifice our happiness in order for our family or for a woman. Yeah. And I honestly think that needs to be, changed. We always say happy spouse, happy house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think both parties need to prioritize each other's happiness without a man feeling like, damn, like, I can't be satisfied in my own relationship. I got to be in a sexist relationship. My wife ain't giving me my needs. She ain't cooking for me no more. We don't have women say they don't even cook for their man. She said, I won't cook for my man. I'll cook for my kids, but I won't cook for my man. But it's like, why the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's not the majority of black people. Like, let's be real. And
you said that's what?
It's not the majority.
Oh, okay.
And also, like, that term that you use, happy wife, happy life, I'm not saying that's right, but there's a reason they say that. As women, we reciprocate a lot. Yeah. So, like, if you're operating in your high frequency as a man and you're doing everything in the relationship, you're okay?
Yeah,
he's over here shaking his head. No, I need to
If you're doing everything in the relationship, most women, I'm not saying all, because there's still like the unstable women that would still, just be messed up or complicated. But most women, when you're operating in the frequency of providing, protecting, making me feel safe, making me feel soft, creating that environment, more than likely, I'm thinking of all the ways I could give you that and much more. Yeah. So that's where that kind of saying came from, like happy wife, happy life, because we're reciprocators. So if you're making me happy, I'm gonna try to like bring tenfold back to you.
Did you understand what I said about men sacrificing their happiness?
I understand.
That energy is not being reciprocated if he has to sacrifice his happiness in order to make you happy. There's no energy being reciprocated back. It's just like, oh, you a man, that's what you're supposed to be a leader. You got to toughen it up, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not reciprocation to my eyes. Like,
But that goes back to they need to reevaluate their relationship, because no one wants to be in a miserable or unhappy relationship. Sometimes people fall complacent, or they just settle, or you're just so comfortable with that person, you're just so used to it. At some point, sometimes y'all become roommates, and the spark is gone. And it's just like, no, I'm unhappy, you're unhappy. Either we're gonna work together to figure out how we can be happy together, or what I'm doing wrong, what you're doing wrong, what you can do more, what I can do more on. When both parties aren't truly in it, it's not gonna work.
And I do want to add to what she's saying. I feel like there's not enough, like, it's a lot of ego sometimes and not enough self-reflection, where people ain't probably gonna like me for saying this, but the people you date are really people that's a reflection of you. So if you're battling this, womanhood and manhood in your relationship, like, it's probably because you still got more work to do. She got more work to do. Y'all really haven't really found like the truth of what being a woman and a man is, because it's not that complicated. We come together for purpose. So when you find that purpose, and I feel like you understand the truth, it's a little less complex than what relationships are being made to be now.
I don't know, woman and man, that shit is getting complicated. Yeah,
like, it's not that
we can't even
hard.
Define what a woman is no more. You ask women what a woman is. A woman is a woman who wants to identify as a woman. It's like, what the fuck? Like, we don't even know what the fuck a woman is.
Truth is getting lost. So it's just like,
that's because everybody removed like all the like things that women and men are different about, and like we have to have an honest conversation about that. There's some things that you're just gonna be better at. There's some things I'm going to be better at. And this goes back to what we talked about earlier. I feel like it just needs to be a team.
Right.
And so if you are a man, like, before you start dating, the first thing you need to do is solidify your finances, is to make sure you can provide for a family, so you're not constantly having this 50-50 conversation or wanting something external of yourself. That way, whatever your woman brings, it's additional. And then you get to operate in your full capacity because you're already there. You don't need anything else to add to that. And I think like men that get into relationships at that level don't have these type of conversations about like, is my relationship going right? Because he has the pick of the litter. He can choose who he wants to be with.
Yes.
Because he's operating at his full potential.
I think with that type of man, though, that's when you're dating with intention. Perfect. A lot of times men and women aren't dating with intention. You're just dating because, oh, he look good, she look good. It literally lacks a foundation, a lot of the relationships. So now two people are going into it blindly, and you might really realize we're just not compatible. Like, I really don't like you. No, I don't like you. Like, the sex might be good, but I don't fuck with you like that.
Right.
But when you date with intention, it's a better outcome.
So what is the breakdown for, you broke down what a man should do before dating. What should a woman do before dating?
So I think I like to use myself as an example, but I'm an island girl. So I was actually born there. So like I might have been raised a little differently from like, some of my friends or like some of my peers or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I've been taking care of my brothers, of my siblings, my cousins, my family since I was like 7-8 years old. So I know how to cook. I know how to nurture somebody. I know how to be emotionally available, because a lot of times y'all deal with so much on the outside and you just want to come home to some peace and quiet and to somebody that you can, talk to and get a little rub on your head, stuff that you don't want your friends to see, and I think there's a lot of women that are capable of giving that emotional intelligence to a man and giving the love and affection and nurture that he needs. But I feel like the complications with everybody trying to be against each other, like often, deters a lot of good relationships, because it's like, oh, I don't need her, or I don't need him. Or like, I feel like that narrative is doing like a lot of damage to like good people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of good men. There's a lot, but he mightn't look the way you want him to look.
This is true.
So like, or he mightn't have like the dominance that you're looking for, or, he might be missing some sort of element. But I think like if people come together and like try to make relationships work and like try to be equally yoked, and I mean like somebody that has the same amount of emotional intelligence or close, that likes affection. I know some men their mom never even told them they loved them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa, like in my home, that's a thing. Everybody's like, love you, hugs, kisses. So I can't be with somebody like that, because now, it's just not going to work because the dynamics are different.
Right.
Interesting.
And it's not our job to like, it's our job to like help, but like not
That's
teach.
your question?
Didn't answer my question, but like,
what do you mean? What a woman
you answered
brings?
it from your perspective. I want to know what would you tell women to do?
To be a nurturer. I answered. So let me be direct. Mm-hmm. To be a nurturer, to cook for your man. Like, that's so important. I don't know how some people don't enjoy cooking for their man, but I love to like give my man a nice big plate, serve him a nice plate after a long day, because I see how happy that makes you. And then like, it makes me happy later or whatever. I think you should definitely have sex with your man as much as you can. What else? I think that you should be emotionally stable and like a soft spot for him. So I think those are some things women should bring to the table.
Okay. Like, I mean, it might be because it's the island girl in you. Like, I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, because you give those are solid qualities. Like, you seem like you understand at least the simplicity of men, even though we do have more needs than that. But you definitely got that part under, like, on.
So let me ask you a question. Why you think you single?
How do you know I'm single? You didn't even.
Like, when the fuck, like, when that happened, like,
you single?
No.
Oh.
What the fuck, like, this nigga, like, yo,
I just want to know, man, because she sound amazing. Wait. So you was about to call your ex and he's about to pull up and you in a relationship?
Well, yeah, because he lost me and he wish he could have me back. So he'll answer.
Ooh.
Okay, y'all communicate?
No.
Good answer.
Anyway,
No, but back to one point that I wanted to make also, like when men ask like what women bring to the table and stuff, I'm just like, do you know what a good woman could do for you?
Men don't experience. You're assuming that men are experiencing good women. Men are saying they're not. This is why we are asking that question. I don't even want to go back into that. But again, you are giving women the benefit of the doubt and assuming that most women in society are good women. And why are men having issues? And men are telling you these women ain't. A lot of these women ain't shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand y'all are the exception. They are the exception in the back. But men have their own experiences with women that is very traumatic, and we just haven't been given a platform to talk about it until recently. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of men been through some shit. We got friends that been through some shit with women. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no fault of their own. It's just some women are opportunists. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so again, men are saying like, if we have to do all of this, and a lot, what we hear women saying is, well, I'm not cooking for no man. I'm not, I don't need no man. Like, it's like, damn, what realistically are you bringing to the table? That's what we're trying to ask. Like, because everybody in society knows what the fuck a man got to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? But now when we talk about, I know we had a topic and we got to get the fuck about it. We got to talk about gender roles. Everybody understands a man's gender role in a relationship. When we talk about women's gender role, we have plenty of shows, and we talk about now their gender roles are interchangeable. Well, a man could do that also, or a woman don't have to only do that, but the man's gender role is definitive. So now we are getting to society. Maybe this might be just in the States. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not like that in the islands, in Africa, wherever the fuck you at. But again, when we talk about women's gender roles, it seems to be interchangeable now. Like, the cooking that you was talking about, now women expect men to cook. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do whatever, the nurturing part. Now, I want men to be nurturing and more emotional and stuff like that. So it's like, damn, what are you really here for? Like, men are feeling like y'all just taking the resources and not adding any resources, not financially, just in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so.
I mean, I could tell you one thing that it's hard for me to like understand where you're coming from, because I think like a good wife or a good relationship, it actually adds years onto your life. And that's a fact. So a man that has a good woman, that's gonna be like, baby, you need to go get that checked out. Because, as men, sometimes y'all look past simple things like, oh, my chest hurts. Let me drink some tea or whatever. And your wife would be like, okay, you need to go to the doctor, babe, and check that out. She'll probably cook you more meals than you eating out somewhere. So I think it adds on like 5 years to your life. Like,
it does add on more stress as well. we do got to get up out of here because we can just go on forever. Again, let them know where they can follow you at.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at tia.b.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram and YouTube at bria.pierce and find you a praying woman.
And Kyra K Music on Instagram and all social media.
Listen, like, subscribe, get the merch. Oh, well, you got the merch. Get the merch. Join the membership, and we out of here, man.
Yes, sir.
That
was good.
good.